Aoba!
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see. What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please. Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Bom, chat, finalmente, atualização aqui de Natlan da história principal. Aguardamos ansiosos. E vamos ver o que a Arconte Pyro tem pra nós. Onde é que a gente tem que ir? Ah lá. Calma lá.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new...
Ah, you two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has
Terminou
finished
de
assembling her
reunir as
forces and
forças.
stationed them. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land.
Então já começou a mover as peças de joguinho de tabuleiro.
Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
Levar Levará um tempo. Levará um tempo de resposta mais rápido.
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once. So please also
Mas
take
como
a
é que eles
chance to
estão
relax,
investigando
too.
o abismo?
You've been working hard these days,
Tipo,
and this will be a good
de
opportunity
onde,
for some
tipo assim, eles
well-deserved rest.
estão... Dá pra antecipar quando que um portal vai vir, quando que eles vão atacar? Porque teoricamente o abismo é outra dimensão, entre aspas. Tipo, eles atacam através de portais. Então como é que a gente consegue antecipar isso? E é verdade, a gente não sabe aonde que os guerreiros lá que vencem a peregrinação vão pra guerra. Porque, tipo, o Reino da Noite, ele é o lugar pra onde os guerreiros vão quando morrem. Mas onde que é a guerra, tá ligado? Onde é que eles lutam contra o abismo?
So that's the plan. We can finally stop and take a break.
A ameaça do abismo ainda está longe de acabar.
Paimon knows that. It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
The movements of the abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster.
Mas você teve momentos em que eles ficaram mais ativos repentinamente antes? Não seria melhor estudar os motivos dos que eles ficaram ativos e tentar criar uma conexão com o agora?
Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Cara, como... Tipo assim, o que é uma vida normal, tá ligado? Porque eles já estão nessa guerra há 500 anos. Ninguém mais sabe como é não lutar contra o abismo. Vida normal não vai ser mais, não.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Também espero que o dia de paz venha logo. Katina!
Oh, hey, Kachina. Are you feeling better now?
Poxa, ela tá sem voz? Esqueceram de dublar Katina. Não pagaram a dubladora. Não pagaram a dubladora da Katina. Pô, pior que parando pra pensar, acho que a Katina... Não, deixa pra lá. Eu fiquei imaginando a Katina com a voz do Naruto por causa desses olhos azuis dela e as marquinhas no rosto. Tá dando pra me ouvir bem, chat? Comenta aí. Se o som do jogo tá muito alto, se a minha voz tá boa. Não se esforça. Ah, não. Ela não gosta que a gente fique diminuindo ela ou ficando com pena dela. É impressionante. É.
Wow. So we'll finally get to meet Xilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names. Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Nossa, tá muito estranho ela não falando nada, não saindo voz. Começa. Então devemos agradecer a ela direitinho quando nos conhecermos. Por que ela te dispensaria?
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
Todos estão orgulhosos de você. Ai, ai. Além da fumaça e dos espelhos. Vamos lá conhecer a Xilonen? Ocupado pelo quê? Por missão Tesouro Afídico. Meu pai. Ah, tem que fazer missão de evento antes pra poder... Ah... Bebam água, pessoal. Au. Calma, onde é que eu... Deve ter um caminho pra chegar lá. Mas dane-se. Ah, Xilonen. Oxi. Ah tá, tem que fazer um evento antes de conhecer a Xilonen, mas no evento a gente já conhece ela. Ai, que bacana, Genshin. Na porta de casa. Sua casa é aqui? Tá, daqui a pouco eu vou conhecer ela, não preciso ler isso. É bem bonita a Xilonen, mas infelizmente vai ter que equipar o seu banner. Caraca, olha o rabo de onça dela. Estão mais em forma. Estão mais em forma, você quer dizer tem uma visão? Tô dentro. Deixa eu ver, eu posso... Ah, agora sim. Agora sim. Vamos conhecer oficialmente Xilonen. Ai, que mulher linda, meu Deus.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Nossa, olha os olhos dela, que bonito.
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too...
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
É, você pensou o quê? Que viajantes, que a gente fosse viajantes aqui de Natlan? Meu Deus, o que tem que tirar? Tipo, assim... as pessoas não podem ir pra muito longe de Natla, então, tipo...
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to... The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is
Você já tentou, por acaso?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Tenho muitos feitos na bagagem.
But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name.
Tá.
Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Se o Wyob tiver reconhecido os meus feitos aqui em Natla?
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Porque eu sinto que isso já aconteceu antes.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already willing?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of... If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be... In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver lining?
Talvez seja apenas o quanto ela e a Archon se confiam.
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence
Imaginei.
and record his heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Mas qual Wyob exatamente? Tipo, tem que ser o... dos filhos dos Ecos, das Copas... Tipo assim, tem um Wyob pra cada tribo, não é?
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab.
É, isso, acabou de me responder, obrigado.
The one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to. Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone...
Ah, então precisa ser de todos os 6. A gente precisaria ganhar o reconhecimento de todos os 6?
I don't know. That requires a level of... You need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Xilonen at the Masters of the Night.
Ah, então vamos conhecer.
The one we call
Vovó
Green
Itztli. Que nome é esse? Itlali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient... A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in a room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Ela provavelmente não vai ficar feliz com a gente.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And
Yeah.
A gente meio que quebrou a pedra dela. Nossa, mulher, você é muito linda.
In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Vamos pedir para Kenichi.
Kenichi is a seasoned negotiator. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good! We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
A música de Natlan é muito da hora. Oxe, nem o Kenichi tá dublado? Que é isso? O que fizeram com os dubladores dos nossos protagonistas? Também vou aproveitar para explicar o que houve com o Pedra Profito e oferecer a... Comente.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kenichi. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows.
Tá tudo bem. Estamos todos trabalhando pelo o bem do plano da Archonte Pyro final. Todos aqui entendem o quão desesperadora é a situação.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Aham, porque todos nós vimos um herói do passado se materializar de novo bem na nossa frente. A Imo, Alane e que eu disse que um montão de conhecimento de memórias as tornaram o cérebro dela. A Archonte Pyro explicou tudo quando voltamos do Reino da Noite, e inclusive o motivo por trás da aparição do herói, assim como o atual estado do Reino da Noite.
She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Xilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your...
Tenho outra informação a compartilhar. Praticamente identificamos a pessoa que resgatou o capitão no estádio da Chama Sagrada. O nome dele é Auroron e ele também vem do Mestre dos... O nome dele é Auroron e ele também vem dos Mestres do Vento Noturno. Contudo, ele passou a maior parte da sua vida sozinho na natureza, longe do resto da tribo. Ah, lobo solitário. Um emo. Me admira que ele não tenha visão a Nemo. É por isso que o desaparecimento dele não foi notado. Quando Citlali finalmente percebeu que ele foi embora, ninguém tinha notícias dele já há um tempo.
Citlali knows him too?
Isso mesmo, Auroron era um órfão criado pelo chefe dos Mestres dos Ventos Noturno e muitas pessoas gentis na tribo. Mesmo assim, ele tinha uma reputação estranha por toda a sua vida.
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroron, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
Vai ver, ele só é fechadão e o povo lá não é mais aberto. Mesmo então, nesse sentido, Auroron e Citlali têm bastante em comum, sendo por isso que eles se dão tão bem.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Citlali could be the first one to notice Auroron's disappearance if she spent...
Até agora ainda não conseguimos confirmar se Auroron se juntou aos Fatui voluntariamente ou se foi coagido. Citlali provavelmente está ansiosa para provar que Auroron não traiu seu povo. Planeja usar isso como ponto de partida quando for conversar com ela.
So if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroron and the captain's whereabouts?
Sim, se vocês concordarem com a ideia, aí isso se tornará uma colaboração mutuamente benéfica, ao invés de um pedido unilateral. Embora eu não ache que C4R seja o tipo de pessoa que recusaria uma ordem da Archon Pyro a trabalhar conosco, o vai ajudá-la a focar e não se distrair por toda a situação da Aurora. Boa ideia.
This is a pretty well thought out plan, as expected of Molly Poke Nietzsche.
Tempera. Ali.
Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Xilonen can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
Cuide-se. Também vou voltar. Há algumas coisas que preciso arrumar.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a...
Nossa, por que não bota só espera até amanhã? Espere 2 dias.
You wish to report?
Oh, it's time to meet up with Xilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going. Hey, Xilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler. I have, bad news. Xilonen did not reply to...
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response? Guess she really does have...
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night went off and struggled to work with her. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
That's true. Let's...
Deixei como estádio, como esperado, C4R não está lá.
Paimon doesn't see anybody.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under...
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the call of...
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon.
Yeah.
Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall bear. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Pra perceber.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can afford because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter. Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Que isso, não tenho certeza que meus latidos não são piores que minha mordida.
Huh? Xilonen.
Wait, you're Xilonen? You're Granny Eatstily?
Yes, Granny Eatstly. But emphasis on Eatstly, not Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid.
Huh?
Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
E vai ser reclamando que a Arconte Pyro não falava muito.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm not sorry.
Quantos anos você tem mesmo?
How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that... I just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were gonna leave...
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you...
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, understood. Besides, just showing up is the most
Olha, eu acho
important
que
part. No?
confirmar que você viria é uma parte muito importante.
But, of course, it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me.
Cara, eu amo demais essas expressões que eles começaram a fazer em Natlan.
Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Ela é mais fofa do que vocês fizeram parecer.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Ela tá esperando que a gente toque a conversa. Toque? Rock, eu acho. Tudo que ela disse parece uma piada, mas não tenho certeza se deveria rir. Seria rude rir, ou ainda a mais rude não rir.
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Você nunca conheceu ela antes?
Anyway,
Ela
Xilonen,
parece a Ficho falando esse tom de arrogância e superioridade, mas que no fundo só quer enturmar com os outros.
Correct. The situation isn't...
I see. So Mauika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an outland, and you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
E você também, Milford. Vamos saber quando encontrarmos.
That's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help.
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds.
Trovões sinistros e ondas furiosas trazem terror aos corações, mas repentinamente seus enfrentam para encontrar novos mundos.
A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
Como é? O que isso quer dizer?
Those are all the things that I could see in you.
You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk. Huh? Don't move. There's something.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Ah, shoo!
Que isso?
Ah, that should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Não, quê?
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
Valeu.
It was nothing. Xilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back.
Ou seja, o viajante ele tava com um encosto. Ele nem percebeu.
The Lord of the Night.
Dama da Noite.
Don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not
Então tem
hail from our
alguém,
lands.
tipo assim, alguém que tá acima dos Wyob na questão de nomes antigos.
The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
E por acaso vocês não cogitaram que ela possa estar com problemas, considerando que o Reino da Noite parece que está cada vez mais corrompido pelo abismo?
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that's sort
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep sleep, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream.
Ou seja, tá que nem Celeste. Só de boa lá na rede tirando um ronco.
But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
sounds good. Then we'll go with
The Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help,
Ah, minha
just come
querida,
find me.
eu enfrento o Fatui desde o dia em que eu cheguei nesse mundo. Só que não, mais especificamente desde que eu saí de Mondstadt, mas é isso. Eu tô bem mais acostumado do que qualquer um de vocês aqui.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place to look for He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphid. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snej.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But
You can count him.
all right, then let's start.
Ok. Apertei o botão errado. ficou de noite do nada.
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with a Fatui.
Eu acredito em você.
I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Pode me contar um pouco mais sobre ele?
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids.
O povo desse jogo gosta de deixar criança largada por aí. É a Derria, é o Bennett, Auroron.
He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce.
Isso é tudo mesmo? Então ele não parece ser uma pessoa ruim.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail?
Oh, right. I forgot. Here. How about now?
What do you see?
Posso ver um rastro.
Whoa, Paimon can see it.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston too.
Temporário.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us?
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily Anyway, we'll need to use our
É bem curioso como o viajante ele se adapta a cada região. Ele chegou em Natlan, já teve... E já foi revestido com flogisto, já consegue possuir os animais, tem uma grande forte conexão com os dragões.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that? What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me? But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I try my best to match their speech patterns, but given the looks on their... Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me there's still...
Huh?
Calma. Quê? Acho que acabei de ouvir uma voz. Espera, não foi com os meus ouvidos. Foi tudo na minha mente. Calma, a gente tá escutando os pensamentos um do outro?
See Lolly's voice?
Parece que a Paimon ouviu a mesma voz, mas ela ela também parece ter entendido o que está acontecendo. Deixa eu pensar. Deve ser um efeito colateral que o feitiço que ela lançou.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with the help of friends.
Que fofo! Então agora nós podemos ouvir os pensamentos dela por telepatia. Uau, isso é incrível. Uma coisa que dessa só podia acontecer com o Citlali.
They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like
Mas
our
ela
luck
não
will have
consegue ouvir os
some luck.
nossos? Pode apostar, deixa com a gente. E a gente vai só...
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there.
Let's go take a look.
A gente vai só continuar escutando os pensamentos dela sem avisar ela disso.
Looks like people set up camp here.
Wait. The Phlegist... Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. We've got to find him. Fast. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire.
Como é que é?
No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got...
É, a gente devia avisar ela sobre isso, né? Isso aí é meio invasivo.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston... I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro...
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle, judging from what's left on the scene. There must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
De fato, julgando pelo sinal de socorro, Auroron estava sendo preso pelos Fatui. Então, considerando a diferença em número, ele provavelmente não conseguiria sair vitorioso.
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up as well. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this.
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Xilonen left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
Então, telepatia não tem duas vias?
You were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
Eu acho que esse Citlali notou alguma coisa.
She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first...
Calma. Eu quero um viado.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead.
Rastros de flogista aqui, mas...
Did you find something?
Mas o rastro acaba completamente.
So we can't tell where Auroron might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly pick anything of these footprints either.
Ele pode ter voado?
But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
Que voz é essa, meu querido? Hã? Quem é essa voz ainda agora? Porra, não me diz que a gente desmaiou de novo. Cara, velho, na moral, tem que ter um compilado de quantas vezes o viajante desmaia. Isso. Ah, a gente foi pro Reino da Noite. Reino da Noite? É, eu acho que é o Reino da Noite.
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for.
Heterocromia. Mano, todo mundo em nada só tem um olho... Caraca. Um olho diferenciado, velho. Eu acho que a Katina é o mais normal que tem aqui. Mas o que isso quer dizer? Você escapou da custódia dos Fatui?
Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply
Eles queriam me atrair até.
Ei, for us to set up a meeting.
Capitano.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Que reunião é essa, meu pai? Ok, agora fudeu.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my...
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here. And I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
O que vocês querem?
I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person. I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
Eu não confio nem um pouco. Cara, eu não confio nem um pouco.
Once you return to reality, no matter what I say, please help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Eu não confio nem um pouco. Nem um pouco, nem um pouco, nem um pouco, velho.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Eu estou bem. Calma, foi. Ficaria porque eu não consegui ouvir Paimon nem.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground?
See, Lolly, he froze for a moment and...
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
Estou bem, só pouco tonto.
Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell...
Eles estavam sendo honestos, devem ter motivos razoáveis para fazer o que fizeram. Bom, mas eu deveria confiar neles? Nem um pouco. Cara, não. Tipo assim... Nossa. Eu não confio nem um pouco no Capitano. Eu poderia só compartilhar tudo com Paimon e Citlali agora mesmo, mas isso significaria desistir da pista. Eu ainda não tive em muitas tratativas com os Fatui ou os mestres Xilonen. Tratativas? Que diabo é isso? Acho que vou ficar sem falar nada por hora e ver se consigo descobrir alguma coisa. Ela não pode falar nem com o pai, mano.
Feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird...
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word.
Valeu, pessoal. Tô me sentindo bem agora.
In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now.
Tá, mas nem pra Paimon a gente vai contar nada, tipo...
Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
Ele quer que a gente vá sozinho, mas será que ele tá considerando a Paimon? Porque toda vez que alguém fala pra gente se encontrar sozinho, ou os caras parecem que ignoram completamente a existência da Paimon. Bom, a Paimon fala pelo viajante, mas... Tipo assim, a Paimon faz parte do viajante, os dois são um só.
Alright, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head
Sinto
over
muito, não
right
percebi
away.
que estava te segurando.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move, but if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when...
Ou seja, bora meter porrada em Fatui, como sempre.
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really
Então aquele horário, ele parece o mesmo de quando eu conversei com ele da noite.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
Yeah.
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move.
Huh?
You're a philosopher.
Wow. I'm going to rip that...
Você sabe lutar?
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? On my... Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against!
Eita, tem mais. Ai. Opa. Tem mais? Não?
Auroron!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Leave, but it's still weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
De fato.
And greetings to you too, Gramps.
Quê?
What did you just call him?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured...
Cara, a personalidade dele mudou completamente.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Por que diabos você se autodenomina vovó ou coisa do tipo?
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Meu Deus do céu, é um poeta. Ai, meu
Why are
Deus.
you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
O jeito que ele fala definitivamente mudou, mas não parece que ele está fingindo. Ele me pediu para fazer o que eu pudesse para ajudar a manter elas em segredo, e até disse que seria pelo bem de Citlali. Então você trata todo mundo como se fosse seu avô?
Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then
Se
everyone's
con-
going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid?
Be wary of bees prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or
Caraca,
later.
velho, que
But
relação
getting
é essa?
kidnapped? You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching a
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
next time? Oh, good one. You think they'll...
Oh.
They didn't hurt you.
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay. Now answer me honestly.
Yes,
So why did you...
because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey! I'm no ordinary granny! Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value? And not stop... Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you forgotten the words that I've taught?
I'm sorry.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the
Ele
defeated
fala de
Fatui's
jeitinho.
evidence of your
Me
innocence.
desculpe.
Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your action.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
You're...
Yes, I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do...
Recite the 3 warnings.
No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui!
Calma, quê? Agora não é hora de pensar nisso. Se você ficar frente a frente com o Arconte Pyro, a primeira coisa que ele deveria fazer é recitar os 3 avisos. Não, você deveria enfatizar que ele não estava de conluio com os Fatui.
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
A gente vai encontrar Mavuika de novo?
I see.
Ah,
So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Citlali's safety.
That's right.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the...
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Citlali is willing to serve as your guarantee...
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to...
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the...
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
least you won't need to hide your face.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you
Foi mais
very
rápido
much
do que eu
for your
esperava.
help. And don't worry,
Mas
I
ainda
haven't
tem a
forgotten the
porcaria
promise
do
of the deal.
encontro com o capitano.
Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Xilonen.
Oh, thank you.
Conto com você.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Goodbye, Gramps.
Esse é meu novo netinho, é mais educado. É educado. Nossa senhora. Deixa eu ver uma coisa, gente. Pera aí. Aquele olhar no rosto dele, ele está provavelmente tentando me lembrar sobre minha promessa. Ele não me parece um mentiroso. Se eu não tivesse visto o tudo com meus próprios olhos, jamais adivinharia que ele poderia ter feito tanta coisa pelas costas de Citlali. O que ele realmente quer? Para do rango. Paimon, tem uma coisa que eu preciso te contar. Ah, a gente vai contar pra ela. Não grita.
Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really... Oh, that Auroron. What is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just... All that stuff about protecting Citlali and being forced to help the Fatui, when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along.
Precisamos de mais informações.
Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
Dia. 8 horas do dia seguinte. Perto do Coliseu. Vamos lá se encontrar com o capitano. Meu Deus do céu, isso vai dar uma merda. Mano. Ai, cara, como é que vai... Mano... Vai dar merda, vai dar merda.
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let this... What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you.
A personalidade dele mudou completamente.
People like that. What are you, a...
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shady...
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her.
Às vezes vocês
Sometimes
parecem
you do sound
iguais.
really
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too?
Well, I could.
Calma, aqui? Então vai chamar de Paimon de vovó também? Vamos direto ao ponto. Tá vendo se não tem ninguém, querido?
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your...
Essa música que toca nesse maldito aparece. Só tem interesse em informações.
Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid.
Por quê?
I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person.
Eu não confio nem um pouco que o viajante conseguiria derrotar o capitão. Mas nem fudendo. Mano, o viajante ele tomou um pau pra Arlequino e Arlequino nem tava lutando a sério e ele ainda tava junto com os 3 irmãos. E eles não fizeram nada contra ela. O que ele vai fazer contra o primeiro?
And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Tevat. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along, the details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you?
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot my fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Isso é apenas especulação sua.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
Pera, ao roubar a Gnosis e tomar uma decisão por ela, será que quer dizer a Gnosis tem algo a ver com seu plano reserva?
I knew you to be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains, and now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately.
Alguém está aqui.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Eita porra!
Something is rapidly approaching.
Something? Bad news, Granny.
When did you get...
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very... How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really...
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh! And now you're talking back. Well...
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so...
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
wait, Xilonen! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Esse não é lugar para disciplinar uma criança.
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over. You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two...
Você vai confiar na gente? Tipo, assim, você acabou de ver a gente colaborando com os Fatui, tá ligado? Tipo... Nossa conversa com o capitão foi interrompida no momento mais crucial, mas se Auroran ou ainda estiver aqui, talvez ainda possamos saber do resto. Mano, agora que eu parei pra pensar, se o capitão queria falar tudo isso, tava disposto a soltar tudo isso, por que que ele não fez isso, tipo... Por que que ele fez isso pessoalmente, tá ligado? Por que que ele não fez lá no Reino da Noite?
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's it? Why did you help the captain?
E você não tá desconfiando do viajante?
Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. Really?
Parece que Aurora não tem a mínima intenção de respondê-lo.
Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? Oh, you've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation and...
Why is he staring at us all?
Por que do nada ele tá encarando a gente?
Sorry that you have to hear all this.
Ah, tá de boa.
You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of Sorry, Granny.
Meu Deus, Coringo.
Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to it? You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables! I don't need anything from you!
Who's Aoife? A delivery?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Auroran, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history.
That's not it, Granny.
É algo estranho com a voz dele.
I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Isso.
His voice. Auroran!
Pra onde você foi?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far
Parece que
away,
ele
but
está em algum lugar bem longe, mas ele não está aqui na nossa frente.
I'm sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Get back here this instant! Auroran!
Pode
What
esporos.
is this? Powder from plant spores?
what just happened? How was he able to
Como
suddenly get
conseguiu?
so far away?
It's a trick
É um
of
truque
his.
dele.
If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion.
Como é que... Como é que isso funciona?
Flawlessly. You must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more? Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet?
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan,
Ele ainda não quer dizer nada sobre seus objetivos.
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Auroran probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later.
provavelmente tem algum tipo de plano substancial. Caso contrário, ela não teria motivo para continuar. Se encontrarmos-os novamente está fora de questão no momento. Então, não deve ser mais rápido se procurar a Arconte para confirmar o que o capitão disse. Isso? Percebo que a teimosia de Aurora machucou profundamente Citlali. Preciso encontrar uma forma de confortá-la. O que foi tudo aquilo sobre o dever de Aurora?
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time.
Explique o passado do menino Orion. Ório. Nossa, eu vou chamar ele de Ório. Meu Deus do céu. Aurora, o novo garoto propaganda da bolacha Oreo.
Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry?
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last...
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
Paimon tem um fundo secreto de comida, então ela pode fazer as honras.
How did this become Paimon's bill? Citlali looks quite down. Alright. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the... So you can just sit back and enjoy, Citlali. Paimon will take care...
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just...
are you sure? We can save you some more...
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag.
Sure, that's fine with us, but... Paimon doesn't...
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders. Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like
Ela tá
spitting
bêbada.
images of each other. Are they twins?
Ela tá muito bêbada, meu Deus do céu.
Paimon...
Huh? Oh, how could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it...
Ai, meu Deus.
She's drunk.
Eu ficaria surpreso se ela não estivesse.
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Citlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate
Como é
for
que
me to
é?
call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous...
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all,
Alright, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me.
Well...
Mano, essa parada da idade dela tá ficando cada vez mais confusa.
Citlali?
Citlali!
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skill.
Are you still with us, Lolly?
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it. I mean, come on. Monster? Me? Really? What did I do to deserve?
Granny, see, Lolly.
Que tá acontecendo aqui?
Exactly. And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you.
Acho que sou...
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny.
Ela dormiu.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open?
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke.
She's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this
Bem o oposto de dormir.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Night?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily...
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh?
Você tá acordado?
Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
Ai.
I'm gonna hurl. Hang on, just
Segura a onda.
Phew.
Foi por pouco.
Okay, it's past.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
Mano, por que vocês não comeram nada ainda, meu Deus? Quanta comida. Ah, olha o tamanho desse taco, porra. Eita, poxa. Isso aqui nem cabe na boca.
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear.
Não perguntamos sobre antes.
Not once.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
There's so much that I want to say, but...
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's...
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Eu pensaria que você é só mais igual a todo mundo com que eu já conheci nesses 4 anos de Genshin. Na moral.
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all! Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame! I've lived all these years and still...
Actually...
Deveríamos apenas contar a ela?
Huh?
Contar o quê? Certo, Citlali. Escute, tente não ficar muito chateada. Você descreve os eventos acontecidos durante o resgate de Auroron com o mais objetivo, justo e imparcial quanto possível. Citlali compartilhou alguns de seus sentidos com você através de um encantamento, te permitindo temporariamente ler os seus pensamentos.
So, you heard...
It's okay, Citlali. You had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head?
Realmente, eu acho que foi bem invasivo da parte do viajante.
It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing.
So that,
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just...
Você está bem? Parece derrotada.
Take a walk with me.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Deveríamos segui-la só pra garantir que ela não vai fazer nada idiota. Mano, Citlali... Eita, fui pelo lado errado. Eu tô gostando cada vez mais dessa personagem, de verdade. Eita porra, fiz merda. Ai, dá pra segurar aqui. Ai, ai, não deu não. Mano, como é que eu vou lá em cima? Não dá pra vir por aqui. Ou dá? Ah, tem uma passagem aqui. Aproveitar e pegar as diárias.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
Deixa eu ver uma coisa. Aqui ainda vai durar 2 semanas, meu Deus. Nahida, vem logo. Quantos que eu tenho? 7. Ah, tô praticamente garantido já.
Well, great view, right?
Wow, it's beautiful.
You're making me want to cry.
Oh no, what do we do?
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... Let's just have a casual conversation. It's...
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps...
Well, I guess I used to be more of a... And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. It might...
But you're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure.
Well, you are powerful. Are they...
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you. What about you?
We don't find you scary at all.
Minha querida, se eu te contasse metade das pessoas que eu já conheci ao longo da minha vida, você é a mais normal de todas.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never... Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe.
We believe you. Xilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Aurora didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Aurora... Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroron and me. Auroron's not like other people. As I mentioned, the reason being, his soul is incomplete.
Alma
The
fragmentada.
Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing... No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild... The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroron's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan. A possibility to turn Auroron into a vessel for lost. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroron would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place. Strength.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Enviar uma pessoa viva para o Reino da Noite não apenas mataria ele.
Now you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even... The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Aurora... I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears? And now you... When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So, they went ahead with the ceremony. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing. Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool?
Como que ele conseguiu sobreviver?
It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, the plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it a secret. As everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved?
Wait, what?
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroron has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Nat.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Aurora. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back.
Esse deveria ser o nosso próximo passo.
You don't look so good, Xilonen. Maybe you should head back and get some...
Probably drank too much. It's...
Não vai vomitar aqui não, né?
Forget that.
Não se preocupe. Você não precisa fazer nada disso sozinho. Olha, vomitar de preferência você pode fazer sozinha. Agora o resto pode contar com a gente.
You've helped me so much already.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep.
A gente tem que encontrar com o Spyro pra falar sobre essa conversa com o capitão.
I like the sound of that.
Gente, tô apaixonado.
Auroron's probably back with the captain, don't you think?
É, deveríamos contar com o que descobrimos.
You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us?
Mesmo assim, ela precisa saber. Deveríamos apenas ser francos com ela.
Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her directly, but she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now, let's...
Ok, mas antes, eu preciso pegar aquele baú ali, porque o tempo todo que essa conversa, a gente teve essa conversa, eu fiquei olhando aquele baú ali.
brings a smile to my face.
Beleza. Tá. Cara, amei demais a Citlali. Espero que ela venha logo pro banner, que eu vou muito pegar ela. Tá acontecendo alguma merda, não é? Citlali.
You're already here.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive.
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed about. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Nightwind.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Do you need—
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. The stadium could always use more manpower, so you should join the forces here.
E quanto a Aurora?
I'm done making excuses for him. He's not a child. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the Speaker's chamber. I'll accept however they choose to handle the situation, but I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal with the— As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Xilonen right away. Don't worry. I never forget a promise.
Tenha cuidado.
Thank you. All right.
She left in a hurry. Looks like a lot of people are—
Será que o Aurora não apareceria lá na tribo pra ajudar contra esse ataque? Eita, quem tá aqui, nosso grupinho colorido.
Perfect.
Forasteiro Estrelado. Tá aí um novo título pro viajante.
Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency. Alright, but can we get a quick— The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty,
Coletivo da
the
Fartura.
Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of Echoes, and a number of our camps and outposts.
Calma,
in the
todos de uma
wilderness.
vez?
And the attacks are increasing in...
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now. But I can't say the same for the adventure. Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me. What about you, Mualani? Where are you gonna go? I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away. What about you guys? We could go together.
Precisamos falar com o Antipário
Yeah,
primeiro.
that does sound important. No worries. Just leave the Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished. That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through. It'll be fine. Your tribe doesn't do all that.
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly...
oh, and some of us need to avoid getting
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's all right. Let's hurry up and talk to the pyro.
Vamos lá, Mavuika, tava com saudades.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good. Look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time.
That's all right. We're also in a hurry.
Encontramos o Capitano.
What? So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn.
A Gnose realmente pode fazer o que ele disse?
I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function. But there's more to this. I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep the— I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price. The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines and protect them against abyssal corrosion.
Wait, you can use
Você pode usar
souls
almas
in the net?
para tecer uma rede.
Yes. It means
Significaria
sacrificing
sacrificar
those
essas
souls
almas
in
no
the
processo.
process.
Almas são só outra
Souls
forma
are
de
just
vida.
another form of
A
life.
crueldade desse método é óbvia.
The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net. Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the damaged ley lines before that happens, then all those sacrifices are for nothing.
Eu já ia falar, tipo, assim, é um plano, mas é um plano só temporário, eu acho que realmente não vale tanto a pena.
Given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. I want us to win, but I also care about how we win, and what that means for us in the end.
Tipo assim, sacrificar, tipo assim, até tava disposto a sacrificar as almas e histórias antigas pra conseguir deter o abismo, mas se isso é só uma solução temporária, então acho que vale mais a pena realmente tentar encontrar uma solução definitiva agora. É bom ter isso como um plano reserva.
It's true. Both plans come at a risk, but after weighing our options, this is our best bet.
Mas parece com algo que eu faria. Estou surpreso que a Gnosis tem essa função.
Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, the Pyro Archons had to account for the worst-case scenario. Having a contingency plan is our duty. Not just to the people of Natlan, but to all who live on this continent. Still, this has always been a well-kept secret. I'm very curious how the captain learned this information.
Oh, one more thing? The captain said he found another way.
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can answer that question for us.
A Conspiro acabou de compartilhar um segredo importante conosco. Ela parece ser sincero. Descobrir essa tal nova forma de salvar Natlan que o capitão o disse é a chave.
Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me, even if just for a second.
Talvez um pouco.
Even a little. We would never.
Pera.
What are you talking about, Traveler?
Just as expected. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
Um pouco.
You scared, Paimon. You really got a lot of.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
That's great. Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Os ataques atuais são o início do verdadeiro desastre?
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, I'm confident the warriors— Don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower, then I'll take a small team to handle the difficult locations.
Wait, you're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro Archon. No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines.
Certeza de que você é uma inspiração para todos. Tenho certeza de que está se esforçando. Tenho certeza de que você é uma inspiração para todos.
I just think there's strength in numbers. Anyway, even if we respond, I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, a forced evacuation would have devastating consequences. I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against. Now I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of—
Paimon's a little worried about how people will react.
Acho que várias pessoas vão se juntar à luta.
Yes, but that won't be the only response. In any case.
Alright, we should head out. Maybe
Vamos
we
lá,
can join up
cuide-se,
with
Maverick. Beleza. Let's bora.
Quick, over here, to safety.
O jeito que eles correm.
Kachina, how many people?
Todos conseguiram sair. Let's Paimon, eles estão aqui.
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as possible.
We'll go together.
Também vou.
Stay safe.
Eita, pô, que interessante.
I really thought I was done for. I can't thank you.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the abyss isn't.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echoes.
Isso foi assustador, mas conseguimos.
By the way, where's Xilonen?
The Masters of the Night Wind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attacks are more. Alright, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back to the...
Looks like a few people were hurt after all. Oh.
The abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and there... Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that...
Eu não estava encarregada de nada, apenas acabamos os juntos por acaso. Mesmo assim, acho que isso prova que acampar pela natureza é uma ótima ideia. Foi assim que conseguimos responder tão rápido. Dormir na grama molhada foi bem desconfortável, mas valeu a pena. Não quero ser negativo, mas a situação não parece boa.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We've been... It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second, and all we can do...
That just means we need to buy the Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
Descobri algumas coisas que vocês precisam saber.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and calls her out for having a solution but refusing to use... Honestly, if he has the same information as us, I can't really blame him.
Provavelmente é porque nosso plano é muito arriscado. Sequer sabemos se os 6 heróis se reunirão a tempo.
We talked to Malika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of... And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked...
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really sincere and patient with me.
Mano, se o Capitano... Por que o Capitano não tentou só conversar com a Arconte e convencer ela? Vamos usar esse plano aqui?
Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proven how much she values even a When it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way she would hold back.
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities. Life is important, but so are history and memory.
Eu também estou... Olha, essa parte aqui eu não... Tipo assim... De que adianta a gente ter histórias e memórias se não tiver um futuro? Tipo assim, se fosse uma solução definitiva, eu até tava disposto a sacrificar isso, mas como é temporário, vamos tentar achar um outro meio.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come...
Não é de Cisnaia? Por que os Fatui iriam querer salvar Natla?
We still don't have enough information.
Let's head back then. Malika said her intelligence with how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own, with a bit more information.
Quer se juntar à nossa guarnição, Alane?
I was just about to ask. If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. People who could help us.
Então você deveria ir se registrar imediatamente. Não deve demorar. Todos estão procurando por gente.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You know, go where you go, do what you do.
Tudo bem, então. Você terá que seguir minhas ordens.
You got it. I just don't want to make the trip back. It's so far.
A voz da Kachina fez bastante... Tá fazendo bastante falta.
All right. See you all later. Let's go.
Oh, you bet.
Beleza. Mano, é bem curioso. Tipo assim, eu tô bem curioso pra saber como que a gente vai resolver essa situação. E o que o Capitano vai fazer, né? Porque, tipo... Até agora ele só tentou conversar com a gente. Será que ele acha que a gente... Tipo assim... Ah, sei lá.
I'm fine. No need.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow them.
The Fatui?
Fatui machucaram você?
Calm down and let me explain. Watch out. It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked by the Abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting it.
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of Abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the...
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you be... If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from...
Oh, okay.
Eles não querem...
We're not asking you to cover up our activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have employed a harsher...
Got it. Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the pirate...
Exactly. We could be onto something big. Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what we just saw...
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui this whole time.
Nossa, isso aqui foi uma indireta pro jogador. Porque, tipo... É exatamente essa frase pode... Essa frase pode deixar qualquer jogador confuso.
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's really going on.
Mano, tipo assim, imagina só, tem esse bagulho aí de que o pessoal que tá começando agora, eles podem já jogar Natlan quando terminam a missão de Arconte de Liyue. Imagina só, tu ir lá da missão lá de Liyue, onde o Child fez toda a merda que fez, teve a Signora, e aí você vem aqui pra Natlan e vê os Fatui agindo desse jeito. Mas como é que ela se machucou?
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky.
Koichi, wait for me here.
Oh, no you don't. How are you planning to...
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage.
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have anyone to watch your back if you go in alone.
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, we can still... That intel is worth...
Fine. You're not gonna...
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people for days. You're already at... I'm confident I can protect myself. I'm not sure...
I can.
You really believe that?
Fine. Don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui hideout all on... You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not sure you can say the same.
All right. If we start arguing, this will never end.
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the only capable young person from...
All right, same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signal. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
As orelhas dela são pontudas, agora que eu percebi. Mano, tipo assim, é bem curioso essas orelhas pontudas. Tipo assim, é a Klee, é a Yansan, a Nahida a gente ignora. Agora é a Shaska. O sinal é um joinha. O sinal de vai fundo é um joinha.
Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to... Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight.
Ela é a primeira vez que eu vejo um monóculo desse jeito no jogo.
Now's my chance.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep... Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal. Time to move. was close. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next. Now's my chance.
O jeito dela correndo. Ah, ela é boa de escalada.
Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait,
As capivara. Que isso? Esfera misteriosa. Tadinho das capivara! Que isso?
Huh? What's that noise? Did something explode? What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing!
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. They've probably had enough of this job already. The people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. This is our Come get me, Chaska. I hope
That's Koichi's signal. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should...
Que é isso?
Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me.
I was wrong, Koichi.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it? No.
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory. More time.
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll drop. Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people.
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the source mechanism.
Mecanismo de fonte.
The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natland don't know how to use it.
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This should be what our Lord's looking for. Took us long enough. Come on, let's get...
Back? Back where? Should we keep following?
You really want to keep going?
Of course. We make a good team to...
What was...
Uh-oh. We've been...
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
Como é que é?
What?
O que você chamou a atenção deles?
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. They'd collected several identical pieces of something. It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to...
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them off your tail.
She pushed herself too hard.
Ela se esforçou demais e desmaiou no caminho de volta. Yeah?
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right?
You've done very well. I could make a comment.
I know.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the device is a complete mystery, even to us.
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Xilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natland familiar with the secret source.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker's chamber. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude. I'll send it to your home along with the others.
My patients. That's so nice of them.
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty for Natland. I should take...
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus crackers, then...
I accept.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too, so I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first...
Pra sentar aqui? Caraca, isso aqui é a área VIP do evento. Quem é que senta aqui? Caralho, tem um baú aqui, eu nunca vi. Calma, é lá dentro?
What's next for you two?
I'm taking Koichi home, with our parents there to keep an eye on her. I can make sure she actually...
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal until you... What if the Abyss attacks again? You're saying if I let you rest in a hotel, you're not gonna rush out the minute you hear the alarm?
I won't. Triple promise I won't. Fine. On the off chance something like that were to happen, but I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter... I guess you're right. But
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the one trying to stop Chaska.
I'd do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger. As a doctor...
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to...
The two of you are the same.
I disagree. I understand the risks.
Who wants to be like her? Confident, always make...
That's just not true.
You think I don't have...
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just pretend Paimon...
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is just how we communicate.
Plus, I guess we are similar in some ways. Maybe we're family. I can't help it if my older sister...
Okay, you don't have to put it that way.
So, you're all good now?
Provavelmente é bem normal pra elas.
Neither of us are really the type to back down. So we'll always have our differences. But still...
Plus, I know you'll wake up one day and realize I...
Be my guest. Come on, let's get you home. See you later, Traveler and Paimon.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal.
Bye, you two.
Those two will probably make up for real at some... Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go over everything...
Oraram? Itlali.
Sorry.
Why do you look so awkward?
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest. I'll treat you to some charcoal grilled steak to make up for it.
Melhor celular pra jogar Genshin? Cara... Tipo assim, depende. Você vai botar só o Genshin nele? E se for só isso... Tipo assim, eu acho que pro celular o Genshin tá em torno aí de uns... 20, quase 30 gigas. Então... Cara, tipo assim, eu acho que... Eu não faço ideia. Sinceramente, eu não faço ideia. Eu jogo... Eu desisti de jogar Genshin pelo celular.
Hey, friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news. Remember what we talked about before parting ways?
Oh yeah, you mentioned how Auroron is always... Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroron is probably back with the cap...
I agree with your hypothesis. And just... Auroron came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
Sabia que ele ia voltar.
What? He came back?
Ele disse algo?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just one step away from success, so there's... Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he left, he said it was because he still has a duty to Natlan as a...
I'm not surprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outs... Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. I kept an eye out for all these years of calling me Granny.
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together, right?
you're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little. Running around the... He's not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. It's only natural for a child to want to do something for... Besides, Auroran is my apprentice. He might have...
Wait, what are you saying?
Look.
Isso.
Remember how I said Auroran's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman, and this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Auroran is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in a supply bag and asked... You guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. He's always bringing me all sorts of things, and he happens to be very good friends with Auroran.
Veterinário.
Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Auroran would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He knows how important... He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag. The moment he touched it, a portion of his memories were copied onto the old gem, which...
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Most people can't. But I can't. That trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique is much more
So in other words, we have a whole backup of Auroran's...
The kid thinks he can take me on? Like I wasn't the one who taught him everything he...
That's amazing, Seat Lolly. Let's take a look right away.
Once we get to the bottom of this, we can finally track him.
Ia ser muito engraçado se não desse certo.
As his grandma. But do you think he'll get mad at me for this? You can be honest.
Sim, ele provavelmente ficaria pouquinho chateado.
That's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma, so she's not the best person to ask.
É possível, mas como família você precisa fazer isso.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. But if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Every night I'll wake up in a fit of anger.
Acabarei começar a surtar.
I don't scare that easy. Still, if I back away from this and something I need to look at his memory. I don't care. And I won't blame...
You sure you'll be okay? We can come with you?
Did you just say...
Is that okay? We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because, right.
Paimon tem razão.
You really mean it? Fine. You can come. Just promise me you'll see this through.
Don't worry, we're professional adventurers.
Then I place my All right, time to sneak into someone else's memory and engage in some... you heard it here first. Are you ready?
Look how good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big radishes in the future. And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good tree. What do you think?
Hey! How's it going, Auroran?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Can't complain. What you up to? Naming your...
No, just some idle conversation.
Sounds fascinating.
They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce with you.
Only if you're offering. By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a Saurian at his place. Said the thing trampled over a part of your radish garden. I hope you two didn't get...
No, don't worry. I'll find a way for him to make it up to me. I've already wrapped your share of the produce. Here you go.
You really knew I was coming.
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows. That's what everyone says.
Hey, have you seen that strange group of people that just appeared out of nowhere?
Appeared out of nowhere? I don't think so.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all elite warriors. It seems like they're looking for someone, but I wouldn't go around asking too many questions.
E fofoqueiro.
If you run into them, be
You're from the Masters of the Nightwind, are you not? Why do you live here alone?
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild. I guess you're from the Fatui. One everyone's calling a big deal.
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Xilonen is her name.
Granny? What does an outlander... I've heard the name. You have business with her?
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall seek answers elsewhere.
Oh, he could tell I was lying, and now he's leaving? Hey! At least tell me why you're looking...
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? What does she have to do with... I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning. I've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny. I can definitely rule out some sort of invasion.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro Archon didn't...
My lord!
Ignore him. He has no...
He knows I'm following him, but he doesn't... He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him and also familiar.
Familiar?
What is it?
My lord, I feel...
A ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been forced to wander outside their rightful realm.
That was a spell from the Masters of the Nightwind. How did he know that? Is he sending
Então ele era... Ele tem conhecimento dos feitiços do Mestre Noturno.
How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult.
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Que o capitão ele de Natla, isso aí já é praticamente confirmado. Agora, ele é dos mestres do vento noturno ou...
Think nothing of it. Stay vigilant and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. However, there is no reason to over-engage. Information is our...
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss?
Ele já foi percebendo que ele... tem o mesmo inimigo. Possui um inimigo em comum.
This whole time and still they ignore me? Do they really not care? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. Never heard of him before. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's a new...
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send word to the other teams to retreat immediately.
Yes, sir.
He's going inside? But the Pyro Archon is in there.
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time. Do you...
The time for idle observation is over. This nation is...
Yes, sir.
Então eles só foi seguindo ele com o tempo.
He just walked straight into the stadium. What is he gonna do? They're both incredibly strong. How long will they have to fight until someone comes out on top? Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines, it's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from?
Pera, é como uma alma tentando escapar? Capitão também tem a alma fragmentada.
If he dies here, then all clues will be lost. I can't let that happen.
Capitão também tem a alma fragmentada.
As for you, I must confess,
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn. You heard something from here.
No need to force yourself. I've never seen anyone...
I didn't expect you to intervene at such a critical moment.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast is the...
And yet, one of those very beasts...
Then speak.
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. I don't know what the Pyro Archon is planning. The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So, I felt like I had to help.
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make. I'm not sure you realize that.
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe.
Yeah.
So, we're in the same boat.
You seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted. It was obvious.
Xilonen is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything.
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet, you chose otherwise. Do I really need to tell you what that means?
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But maybe...
Strange? Xilonen is said to be the legendary Granny Eatsley. Someone capable of communicating with the
Agora para pensar... Não,
the
calma.
are the key to information.
Eu ia falar, Eatsley pode ser um nome antigo da Citlali, mas todos os nomes antigos eles vêm com uma tradução ali em si deles. Sei lá.
Why do you need knowledge on the Night Kingdom?
That is not something you need to know.
Don't forget, I saved your life.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable of betraying a debt?
People can lie, but souls cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul, a sense of justice.
You may not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my rash judgment. You are more capable than I am. Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan.
Eles são da mesma altura, achei que o capitão fosse mais alto. Curioso. E aí, vai mostrar o que o capitão falou pra ele?
I see. Interesting approach.
Worth trying, I think.
Rather than weaving a net to protect the ley lines, this method would address the root problem by reconstructing the ley lines themselves.
Reconstruir as linhas lei? Como? Mas calma.
Traveler, Paimon.
Paimon's fine, just...
Tô bem.
Of course. I'm just... I'm so mad at him. After everything, he still can't let go of the past.
Meio que consigo entender como ele se sente.
For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do? He thinks he can just run away whenever he wants.
Uhum.
I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time, he's got another...
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother, like grandson, as they say.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Anyway, back to what...
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to... What does that even mean? Something like the loom of fate, maybe?
Mas...
How does it help with
Tear do destino? Verdade. O tear do destino tinha essa função. Eu esqueci qual era a função do tear do destino.
The loom of fate?
Oh, it's kind of hard to explain. Anyway...
Se ele realmente... Os Atlas serão afetados. Ele está tentando...
Which means the
O que
captain
significa?
has been honest from the very beginning.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan?
Yes, she needs to know about this.
Mano,
now.
As linhas lei... Mano, como é que ele... Se ele criasse novas linhas lei, será que ele não cortaria a conexão com a Irminsul? Ah, não sei. Vamos... Enfim. Eu tô criando teoria aqui, mas é mais fácil só esperar a história se desenrolar. Acabou? Nem enferrando, calma. Tem mais, né? Ótimo. Ô, porcaria. Eu tô perdido! Dane-se. Eu tentei ser imersivo o jogo, você não facilitou pra mim. A55? Samsung? Aí, Tanzen, tua resposta. Um A55 Samsung.
Traveler, Paimon, Xilonen. Perfect time.
Oh, really? That's great! We also just took a peek at Auroran's memories and discovered something huge! Oh,
Calma, o que ela falou? Eu me perdi. Momento perfeito, localizei o capitano.
Calm down, Paimon.
O capitão estava procurando um mecanismo para reconstruir as linhas. Ele pode fazer isso? Mecanismo fonte. Um reparo simples. Significaria sacrificar quase tudo contido. É, bem que eu pensei nisso, tipo, as linhas lei, eu acho que elas estão diretamente conectadas. É a mesma coisa que antes, né? Acabaria destruindo memórias e história do povo de Natlan.
If he activates the mechanism, it's all over. We need to mobilize our forces as soon.
What forces?
Kanich, Xilonen, you two, and myself. All other warriors are working to push back the abyss on the front lines.
Eita, que grupinho interessante. A gente vai lutar ao lado da Mavuika?
That won't help us with the captain, I'm afraid. In any case, the Masters of the Nightwind are in urgent need of manpower. Xilonen, I was hoping you could head back and help defend the tribe.
Assim, vai saber se o capitano ainda não tá meio ferido da última luta. Pode ser que ele ali, a Mavuika atual, ainda esteja no impasse. Tipo, mano, ela perfurou o peito dele. Não é possível que ele já tenha se recuperado depois daquilo. Tudo bem que pode ter se passado vários dias, semanas, talvez meses até. Mas vai saber.
All right. I understand where I'm needed.
Don't worry about your grandson. We'll figure something out for sure.
Tô tentando ser otimista, porque realmente, se o capitão não tiver 100% o dele, a gente não vai ter a menor chance. Pô, o cara bateu de frente com a porra de uma Arconte.
I'll leave him to you all then.
Nossa, amo demais. Mano, Citlali, você ganhou meu coração, de verdade.
Alright, back to the matter at hand. I don't believe defeating the captain needs to be our ultimate goal. Let me grab Xilonen and Kanich, then
É, a gente só precisa impedir que ele use o mecanismo, né? Top 10 transições de Genshin. Chat, a minha voz tá boa? Eu já perguntei isso antes, mas ninguém respondeu. A minha voz tá boa? O som do jogo tá muito alto? Responde aí, gente.
Their plan hinges entirely on a single element, the source mechanism. If we leverage our forces, we can destroy it, and then success will head out together. In the event that a confrontation becomes inevitable,
Você é a nossa líder e perdeu seu poder. Não deveria ser você enfrentando o capitão.
I agree with Kanich.
Eu concordo com
você.
Listen to my plan first. Kanich, I want you and Ahau to launch an assault from the front. The captain won't be on the front lines. As a seasoned
Obrigado.
warrior, he'll be stationed
PM.
in close proximity to the device to ensure its protection. No. The purpose of the frontal assault is to gather the Fatui forces in one. Xilonen, I need you to do what your tribe does best, and dig a tunnel from the outskirts of the ruin. Once we get close to the device, we...
Ah, a gente vai por baixo.
Exactly. The Traveler and I will join her as well. No one can create a distraction better than you, Kanich. Not even myself. By combining our strengths, we just might manage to break...
Understood. Then we should head up. Just promise us you won't do anything reckless. You cannot face the captain straight on unless you have no other choice. You mean everything to us. Losing you would be the worst possible outcome.
Também darei o meu melhor para não deixar que as coisas chegarem a esse...
Thank you, everyone. You have my word.
Eita porra, que agora vai começar uma porradaria da porra. Ah, bem do ladinho de um teleporte, do jeitinho que eu gosto.
All right, this is the place. Their tunnel must be behind that gathering of Fatui.
Any of the nearby mountains could be a good infiltration point, but if we want to stay under the radar, we should approach.
Como acordado, a Jao e eu lidaremos com as coisas aqui.
There are only a few Fatui stationed around the perimeter. We should take care of them first so they can't alert anyone.
Alright, that's done. Let's head.
Tigresa VIP. Ela é bem forte? Cara, eu tô guardando pra Nahida. Tipo assim, eu adorei a Xilonen e tal, bonita, forte, mas... Arconte, né? Não tem jeito. Eu tô precisando de um dentro melhor.
Yeah, looks good. We'll take it from here.
I can see the inside.
Perfect. We'll keep going.
All right. Please, take care.
O que a gente vai encontrar aqui? Beleza. Raio, Pyro... Ah, acho que esse time aqui dá conta. Uhum.
Fatui wouldn't concentrate all their forces in one place. There's sure to be guards on the inside, so stay sharp.
Oh, nice job smashing those rocks, Monica. You look super cool.
Ah, that was some expert level rock clearing, even by my tribe standards.
Eu peguei ela bem cedo. Cara, acho que nunca... Eu não me lembro quando foi a última vez que eu ganhei algum 50-50. Acho que foi o da Clorinde.
This spell is from the Masters of the Night Wind.
A gente podia... Eles podiam botar... A Mavuica... Não, a Mavuica eles não iam botar. Mas a Xilonen aqui de teste, né? Pô, seria mó da hora.
These mechanisms probably control that wheel, right? Well, let's give them a try.
Calma. Calma, tem mais coisa? Tá. Eita porra, sempre tem a porcaria de um quebra-cabeça pra resolver.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my soul.
Tá sem muita raiva aí? Ah, tô vendo que vai ser difícil. Caralho, como é que eu vou encaixar esse negócio? É pra formar o quê? Dragão? Tá, calma, deixa eu ver. Deixa eu ver assim. Ah, tem dicas. Ah, tá. Calma, deixa eu ver. Ok. Tá, calma. Nossa, vai ser difícil. Calma, deixa eu ver as dicas. Nossa, isso vai ser muito difícil. O que é essa parte aqui? Tá, vamos... Ai. Não, calma. Vamos tentar encaixar um de cada vez. Ô, porcaria! Tá. Nossa senhora, eu tô vendo que isso aqui vai ser um porre. Ah. Ah, bom. Para, não é isso que eu quero ver. Oh, droga. Para de... Aí. Pronto, não foi tão ruim. Lá estão eles.
Here they are. Oh, the captain's here too. Perfect. Looks like they focused their...
Oh, they're here.
Huh. I thought the Pyro Archon...
Doesn't matter. They're too late anyway.
Stop!
It's too late.
We need to turn it off.
Ainda dá tempo.
I won't let you do this.
Isso.
The sound of... lament?
What was that sound? It was like a piercing...
Now's our chance to turn off the device.
O capitão não pareceu ser afetado por aquele som. Isso. Auroran.
Auroran? How did he just... His movements have gotten a lot faster. Was Auroran always this good in battle?
This ends now.
Ué?
Something's wrong.
O capitão ajudou o Xilonen? Por quê? Porque ele também tem a alma fragmentada. Ele é que nem o... Ele é que nem o Auroran.
You are not Auroran. Who are you?
Quê?
Commander.
You.
Yeah?
So, you still recognize me, Commander? I'm glad. Although, I believe you have...
Viram?
You see? You indulge your sense of honor for just a moment, and now you've lost your...
His voice is completely different.
Stop worrying about other people's survival, about their losses and sacrifices. You just need to win. That must be why I... Please finish what you set out to do, Commander.
I didn't expect to see you here, but I have to disagree. Abandoning one's comrades is...
Why do you care about a doomed man? I know you can see it. He's already close to death. After all, his soul has been incomplete from the start.
Será que o Capitano é um dos guerreiros que fez parte do cataclisma?
Is it because of that noise just now? A piercing cry came from underground when I activated the device. What's down there? Natlan's ley lines must be hiding some kind of...
As leis de Natla devem estar escondendo algum segredo.
Aurora, it's you. What'll it be today? Oh, why the long face? Don't tell me you still haven't...
I heard...
Savior? Ha! Sounds nice, doesn't it? But,
Auroron, is that you? Oh, here, have a seat. Can I get you anything else?
What about those spiced rub mushrooms you made me last time, Granny Kuimi?
Ah, you liked those, did you? An outlander taught me that. Never thought about going into business yourself.
Our Auroron? A merchant?
Well, at least a merchant like him wouldn't prey on old-timers like us.
Everyone said a true savior does not really exist, but then... Why did my birth open the door to the possibility? Maybe I don't need to sacrifice myself, but surely everyone is born for a purpose. If I had succeeded back then, would the world have become a better place?
Done spacing out, Auroron? Did you finish your home?
Yes, Granny. It's just... Will learning all...
Of course not. I'm a special case. Other shamans study their whole lives without...
Because you're a genius, right?
You could say that. Or maybe I've just been alive longer than the rest of them. And picked up a few tricks that they... It's rude to bring up a woman's age. Never do that again. Anyway, class is canceled tomorrow.
What about my homework then?
Do what you want. What use is it being as strong as me anyway? You've seen how the tribe treats me. They're all afraid. I try to go about my business, and they practically tremble in fear. Not the most fun way to go about... Take it from me. The happiest people are the ones who do their own thing. So, do what you want.
Granny didn't say it outright, but I think she was trying to comfort me. Don't force yourself. Don't beat yourself up over the past. But I never forced myself. I never even got the chance to try before it was all over.
Hey, you zoning out over here again? There's such a thing as overwatering the rat.
I was just looking at the aphid.
Something interesting about them today?
I noticed some on the ground. Maybe it got too cold yesterday and they couldn't handle it.
Bummer. Guess that means less honey this year.
Aoife, do you think...
Fun? I'm not sure about that. Do you think planting vegetables is fun?
Ela é uma velha novinha, não entendi o conceito, mas ok. Cara, eu também acho confuso isso. Tipo, antes eu pensei que ela só fosse... Elas só chamassem ela de velha pela sabedoria dela. Mas o tempo todo ela fica falando da idade, e aí eu fico pensando, mano, talvez ela seja realmente mais velha do que pareça.
Fun enough, I guess. I don't have anything else to do.
Exactly. Most people live like that. No... Oh, jeez. That troublemaker's at it again. Aurora...
Why should I? I thought being a vet was no fun.
Well, I guess there is a fun part. Trying to outsmart these assholes. Come on, give me a hand.
Maybe Aoife was just too nice to tell me the truth. That attempting something above your capabilities will kill you. My soul is unstable. I only survived because I had people to help keep me in one. Part of me has always been missing. That's why the other spirit said I was close to death.
Why struggle? It's a miracle you were even born. Just close your eyes.
Cara de Caim? Ah. Então realmente o capitão não era guerreiro. Ah.
It was you, the thing that came out of nowhere.
Thing? I'm a warrior.
I'm not weak. There's just a...
And that's exactly why your fantasy is so ridiculous. You really think
Calma.
a useless thing like you...
O capitão era de Caim ou ele era de Natlan que conheceu, que liderou povo de Caim, enfim.
Useless savior? Ha! Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Exactly. Most people live like that.
Take it from me. The happiest people are the ones who...
But I don't want things to end here.
Usa Jequiti da conservada.
Auroron, it's all right. We'll take things from here.
Every time they marched into battle...
Don't worry. With the Archon on our side,
all the best warriors are fighting on the front lines.
Both of us are bound to disappear. But your end will come sooner than mine, because you've been broken from the start. Once your soul shatters into pieces and dissipates into the wind, I will take temporary control over this.
Servirei meu comandante até o fim.
No, this isn't right. My life can't end like... My end will not come first, and I'm not giving up. I can't die here, no! I won't die here!
Aurora! Control your mind. Feel the ground beneath...
His eyes are open! He's alive!
Well done.
Cília aqui do nada.
Don't try to talk.
I can't believe the captain did...
Maybe he thinks of Auroron as a comrade. He was helping to rein him in all this time.
Esse é o único motivo para eu ter tido a chance de desligar o dispositivo.
Damage to the soul is a tricky thing. The pain almost consumed you for a moment, but you...
The worst appears to be over.
I'm sorry for...
We can talk about that later.
Our plan. I'm sorry.
You saved my life. And now, the debt is...
Auroron, I never thought you actually wanted to sacrifice yourself in that ceremony. But you never gave up. Have you come to a conclusion on what it is that you truly want?
I just want an answer. A reason why I exist and why everyone always did so much. No one is born a hero. And no one should be treated like one from birth. I had a chance to do something important back then.
The answer you seek.
Eita. Então era ele mesmo.
You are the inheritor of my name. The hero from the masters of the Nightwind. Fascinating. You're not the person that the others thought you were. And yet, you're also not the kind of person that you thought you were. It can't like you. I never thought I had what it took to be a hero. I was too cunning, too self-absorbed. Now, remember your name. Even if others will see a different meaning, it's still
my ancient name.
Pidgey. Parece nome de cachorro.
It means devotion. You will give your all, not for the sake of a heroic death. For that answer, you will offer all of your strength, having foretold his own death. The omniscient man let us raise our cups in honor, for at last, his wish is now fulfilled.
It's nice to see you again, Sunhudge. With your recognition, we now have the 5th hero of this era.
Agora só falta um.
I am happy to see your plan advance one step further. It seems that
Eu grito.
Just as I thought. The Lord of the Night has awakened.
Lord of the Night? As in the one...
I preside over a realm of souls.
Que porra de nome é esse? Que porra de nome? Mano. Yorualtekunti. Calma. Yorualtekunti. Enfim. Eu controlo o reino da noite.
When you activated the device, I awoke and could not hold back my cry. It is a most of you are unaffected because your soul
Tem tanto cílio aqui.
But with a damaged soul, the effect on your friend was heightened and his soul almost shattered as a result.
Ah, então esquece o que eu disse. O capitão não tem alma fragmentada, não. Achei que ele tinha por causa da parada que o Auroron falou lá quando a Mavuika feriu ele. Brisa bateu no arroio.
He managed to overcome this obstacle through sheer strength of will. A truly impressive feat. So, was that what caused all his strange behavior earlier? No. An additional soul was affected. It tried to take refuge in the missing part of your friend's soul. But, however, this soul does not hail from Natlan.
É de Caenre.
Activating the source mechanism was supposed to reconstruct the ley lines.
Because I was the one who originally constructed Natlan's ley lines. Otherwise known as the Night Kingdom.
The ancient battle between the Descender and the dragons destroyed the corner of the world.
Eita!
The abyss to invade.
Mano, eu... Alfabeto inteiro nesse nome. Cara, eu acho que é a primeira vez que eles mencionam o primeiro a guerra entre o primeiro descido e os dragões. Não? Não, mentira. Eles mencionaram também... Não, tipo, acho que na missão de Arconte é a primeira vez. Mas... Eles mencionaram na segunda lendária da Nahida. A Pepe. Batalha entre o descido e os dragões destruiu o canto do mundo, ou permitindo que o abismo invadisse. Ah, então o abismo já invadiu desde a época do primeiro descido. Caraca. É, isso explica por que os pilares que repelem o poder do abismo. Caraca.
To aid the people of Natlan, the Lord of the Night used the fragments of the old ley lines to reconstruct a similar network. That's how the Night Kingdom was born.
Então já tinha linhas leis antes da guerra. Eu achei que tinha sido algo que o Primordial inventou.
The first Pyro Archon, Xilonen, strengthened that realm and established the rules that aid our fight against the Abyss. The Ode of Resurrection and the Pilgrimage, both of which are practices that survive to this day.
Oh, right. You said before...
The ancient dragons
Calma, quê?
tried to use this device.
Você disse antes que tudo veio do poder dos céus. Os antigos dragões tentaram usar esse dispositivo para fortalecer as linhas leis, as imbuindo com poder.
Back then, this method was rather ineffective. They lacked the
skills to navigate the intricate structure of the ley lines. And now, the structure of the ley lines has also completely changed. It was an incredibly crude and painful method, but I managed to absorb some of that power. Now, I can speak to you like this, such as rebuilding the ley lines once more. At the cost.
But why would you make that kind of sacrifice?
The people of Natlan worship me and call me their lord. In the ancient past, before we died out, we were also known by a different name. Angels.
Não. Eu já tava criando a teoria de que a Dama da Noite poderia ser uma das sombras do Primordial.
But adventurers like you are probably more familiar with our devolved form.
Silly são os... É real, é real. A teoria da... Esqueci o nome dela. Da Columbina ser um Silly é real. A teoria da Columbina ser um Silly é muito real.
No wonder there are Seelies around here. A Seelie also helped us in the Night Kingdom.
Few angels remain in Natlan, so the same is true of Seelies. Everyone rallied around me and offered their power to humanity to reconstruct the ley lines.
Meu gato tá caçando bicho aqui. Tá, tipo, todos se reuniram. Ah.
Now, I have witnessed your determined pursuit for survival, and I have become your faith. Moika, inheritor of Xilolen's will, and leader of
Herdeira da vontade de Xilonen.
Despite all the obstacles and misunderstandings, I have awoken, and the efforts of this harbinger and the young hero have imbued, say the word, and I will once again work to fulfill my mandate. Just as I did, you need only nod your head. For the sake of your people and your nation, for the sake of overcoming the...
I will not. After reconstructing new ley lines, you will cease to exist. The rules of Natlan are founded in the Night Kingdom if you disappear. Not to mention, all the memories and legends recorded within the old ley lines will disappear along with you. The people of Natlan will face memory loss, just like the consequences of using the Gnosis. That is a price I refuse.
Humanity's survival is worth any price. Once the Abyss runs rampant, all that remains will be a land of corpses and ruin.
É, eu consigo entender bem o ponto do Capitano. Mas eu também consigo entender a Mavuika.
And when the new ley lines are invaded again by the Abyss? What then? How are future generations supposed to... A land without the Lord of the Night, without the protection of the rules?
You presume too much. If you cannot ensure survival in the present, you have no right to think about the future. What will it take for you to realize that? How many hundreds or thousands will have to die?
The situation hasn't gotten that dire yet.
Olha, não é por nada não, mas eu acho que se o Capitano quiser meter o cacete em todo mundo aí, ele consegue. Talvez a Mavuika consiga segurar ele um pouco, mas... Por que você é tão pessimista sobre essa situação? Porque eu sou um testemunhei a devastação. Então ele é sobrevivente de Cainria. Mas como que ele tem conhecimento do poder dos mestres do vento noturno?
That's right. My family, my comrades, my homeland. We're all... It is an unforgettable pain. One that no amount of time could ever dull. Not even 500...
Então a gente já tem o Capitano e o Pierro de Cainria. Entre os Fatui. E talvez a Arlequino. Não sei se tem nada confirmado que ela tem conexão com Cainria.
You're right. The pain, the regret, the catastrophe.
If I could go back, I would reject all false hope. I would do whatever you have that chance before you now.
Because we don't have the right to make that decision. We love this world because it contains everything we hold dear. Everything that has happened here has moved us, shaped us, and turned us into who? Giving up our memories and history would mean rewriting everything. The people of this world would then become fundamentally different beings, their physical bodies the only connection to their former selves.
Olha, Mavoica, minha querida, não é por nada não, mas essa tua frase, eu não vi nenhum problema nela, sendo bem honesto. Tipo assim, claro, memórias, histórias são importantes, mas não são mais importantes que a vida do seu povo.
Even so, given enough time, a new civilization would inevitably flourish. If you believe in humanity, eu concordo com esse ponto, capitana. Eu concordo com o seu ponto.
Or history could repeat itself. The abyss could invade once more and it would all be for nothing.
Tá, agora você apresentou um argumento válido. E aí, Aurora?
Can I say something? I once carried the hopes of many people, and I was also desperate to save our nation. But as I was on the brink of death, my wish for life, and I've been very fortunate to be well cared for by all the people in my life. I refuse to forget that. My feelings were so strong. They overrode my compulsion to sacrifice myself for their... No matter what path lies before us, we still have a destination. If we lose our way now, we will lose the...
That's right. Natlan's heroes gave their lives so we could have this chance against the Abyss. Not only are their deeds and spirits exceptionally meaningful, they may also well be our path to victory. I don't want to give up.
Yeah, we're just one hero short.
The power from the device will allow me to remain awake for some time. I stand at the ready should you change your mind. Even if you fail, you need only send someone my way. My humanity is truly remarkable. Even the gods in the heavens hold you to be special. Even now, you stand before me.
You must have a profound connection to this land since you're so determined to save it. But what are you really trying to protect? The land or its people?
Pretty sure he wants to hear what you have to say, Traveler.
Eu quero vencer.
I suppose we can wait. Now that Auroran has inherited the memories of his forebearer, there's only one. Your plan does have the potential to generate the best outcome. In the meantime, you shall have the aid of all the Fatui under my command.
Thank you. Having such a powerful harbinger on my side is a big advantage. I know we may never completely see eye to eye on what it means to protect life, but for now, I'm...
Alright, we should let everyone else know about the plan. They're probably still at each other's throats outside.
Good idea. We need to explain the situation.
Tenho mais algumas perguntas para a Dama da Noite.
Guess we'll stick around then.
I'll update everyone outside. Let's meet back up at the stadium.
E a gente vai perguntar para a Dama. Madame, me conte tudo que você sabe. Me conte. Me conte. RALH0. Se eu realmente tiver pronunciado esse nome corretamente, eu sou um deus. Me conte, Dama da Noite. Por que o céu é falso? E mais importante de tudo, o conhecimento proibido. É um sanduíche de maionese com Nutella? Sobre o poder dos céus. Eles não gostam de ser mencionados por nome por nenhum ser vivo, seja um humano comum ou um dos 7. Eles preferem permanecer escondidos como sombras. As sombras do primordial. Tá, então você não é uma... Ou é? Você é uma das sombras? A que você deseja saber mais sobre... Eu a chamo de Regente da Morte. Ela ajudou o Natlan a estabelecer as regras. Também foi sob a orientação dela que criei... Ah, tá. Então você não é uma das sombras. Ótimo, ótimo. Ótimo, ok. Foi uma expressão de amor, assim como um ato de compensação. Ela era vista como tendo ultrapassado significativamente as próprias autoridades como sombra, o que desagradou bastante. Ah, essa foi a sombra que... Ah... Calma. Qual que era? Regente da morte. Ela sucumbiu à autopiedade como resultado e não se importava mais se os outros discutissem a identidade dela. Mesmo assim, a existência dela permanece desconhecida a todos, exceto poucos. Tarot? Não, acho que não. Tarot pode ter sido outra sombra. Ou talvez o capitão não pode sacrificar no lugar dela, do jeito que a Rua é louco. Não vão. Fala pra tu... Cara, eu já falei isso. Tem aquela parte lá do trailer que fala que a Mavuika vai ter que se sacrificar. Eu falo, mano, eu não acredito que ela vai morrer, porque ela é jogável. A Rui não... E a Rui, ela tem essa parada de... Todos os personagens jogáveis têm que ser amiguinhos do viajante e tem que estar vivo. Mas se ela realmente morrer... Na verdade, acho que até faria sentido. Ela é representada por uma fênix, então se ela morrer, ela vai voltar. Mas se realmente ela morrer definitivamente e continuar sendo jogável, aí sim que eu vou falar pra todo mundo. Royalverse finalmente saiu do beta. Genshin Impact finalmente saiu do beta. Se a gente tiver um personagem jogável que já tenha morrido, aí sim eu falo, Genshin Impact finalmente saiu do beta. Não digo a ninguém que usei essa palavra. Estou apenas tentando falar de maneira simples para preservar a energia. Sobre o tear do destino. Eu não sou familiar com esse conceito. Positivo capaz de tecer e criar linhas-leis, você diz? Nem eu consigo criar algo do nada. Posso apenas reconstruir as linhas-leis ou remontar os componentes ainda intactos em uma nova estrutura. Se esse poder estivesse disponível ao povo de Natlan, eles poderiam ter uma nova opção contra o abismo. Sobre a energia elemental e o abismo. Flogisto é a forma de energia primordial de Teyvat. Os princípios celestiais usaram Flogisto com base para a criação da energia elemental, para desenvolver o poder e para contra-atacar melhor o abismo. Bebam água. Vocês já ouviram falar do conceito do Reino da Luz e do Reino dos Humanos? Essa explicação pode demorar demais. Eu tenho todo o tempo do mundo, minha querida. Você pode falar à vontade. Me dê respostas. Apenas me dê respostas. A luz retrata em 7 cores diferentes, isso que coletivamente referimos como um arco-íris. Energia elemental é um conceito similar. É essencialmente a versão moderna do Flogisto. Isso explica porque o viajante com todos os elementos teria o brilho branco. Deixa eu ver aqui de novo. Tá. Flogisto. Então é isso. O primordial ele pegou o reino da luz, que era governado pelos dragões, e meio que dividiu ele, digamos assim, o poder dele, transformando ele E meio que a partir dele, digamos assim, ele criou a energia elemental que forma o reino dos humanos. A artesa dos filhos dos Ecos ainda não mencionou o assunto comigo, provavelmente porque a jovem mestre dos ventos noturnos ainda está ausente. Não importa, entrarei em contato por sonhos e direi a elas o que precisa ser feito. Eu disse algo errado? Eu queria saber mais! Me fale sobre esse tarot, me fale sobre o primordial, me fale sobre a deusa... Por que ele não falou nada da deusa desconhecida? Ele podia ter perguntado da deusa desconhecida. Ainda dá pra falar com ela, né? Mas não tem mais nada pra falar, então... E aí, Siri? Você não vai pra lugar nenhum, né? Esses aqui não vão me levar pra um baúzinho. Deixa eu dar uma explorada por aqui antes. Acho que não vai ter nada, né? Let's bora. Pois é. Cara, tantas respostas e tantas perguntas ao mesmo tempo. Meu Deus do céu, Genshin. Eita porra. Mano, eu já fiquei em modo de batalha aqui. Ah, que ironia. Eu tô indo falar com os Fatui e com a Arlequina.
The captain says a group of us need to stay behind to guard the source mechanism. It's extremely important. We'll stay here. Of course, you're free to come and go as you please.
Onde eu tenho que ir? Ô, porra, fui pro lado errado.
In that case, allow me to formally welcome the Fatui to our call. We now face a common enemy. It's time to put our differences behind us and look to the future.
Agora eu tô me perguntando como o que o capitano vai conseguir pegar a Gnosis e levar pra Tsarice.
As for Auroron, his actions may have been out of line, but I don't intend to punish him right now. I'd rather give him a chance.
A magnanimous decision.
We're back! Whoa. Seeing the two of you chatting like this, it almost feels like she's dreaming.
A força. Me sinto melhor sobre nossa aliança.
This may be an unexpected outcome. Now that we're all here, I have some questions.
É, agora que eu percebi que esse Fatui se vestem igual o capitano. Pois é, né? Eu também tinha percebido isso. Mas é curioso. É uma armadura, tá ligado? É a armadura de Snesnaya.
We weren't getting any closer to obtaining the Gnosis, so I had my men scour Natlan for a different option. Auroron helped as well. We tracked down 3 scholars. Aberawa, Bosomtwe, and Kushtal.
I've never heard those names, but seems like my own investigation failed to locate some critical personnel. I'm just not sure how I missed them.
Strange. Perhaps they simply live in seclusion. In any case, their results speak.
That's true. Now we have another option at our disposal. Compared to using the Gnosis, our current plan will buy us some time. And if all else fails, we still have this plan as a last resort. Even though executing it will come at a
But that means making everyone forget their past! We should definitely try to... Oh, actually, speaking of the Gnosis, How did you know what it could do?
Olha, o viajante ele não é afetado pela perda de memória da Irminsul, das linhas Lei. Então acho que se todo mundo perdesse a memória, ele poderia ficar aí e explicar tudo o que aconteceu.
That story begins with the cataclysm. I failed to save Conria from the rampage of the Abyss. When the situation became unsalvageable, I fled to Nat only to find that Natlan had fallen victim to the same tragedy. I defended this land for quite some time, and, in the process, met the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind. I'm sure many people viewed Conria as the cause of the tragedy. But Aizu was kind to me all the same, and even helped me in my time of need. From that moment, I made it my mission to aid Natlan. In battle, a warrior fights to win. Even though my homeland was lost, I was already committed to this fight.
Calma aí. Agora que eu parei pra pensar. O cataclisma não foi causado por Celeste. É o abismo. Será que a maldição dos Rilichus também é do abismo? E se for isso... Tá, calma. Muitas teorias na minha cabeça, muitas.
Together, Aizu and I fought many battles and overcame countless hardships. However, he was unable to escape his fate, and, in his final moments, told me the secret of the Gnosis.
So it was him. He recommended using the Gnosis on several occasions, even before the trap. You knew him, and you fought for Natlan all those years ago. It must be the
tá.
Even without the mask, my past appearance is long gone. Even with the curse of immortality, the flesh still rots.
Ah, agora entendi. Então ele é um zumbi. Por baixo da máscara ele é um defunto.
Wait, do you know someone named Dainsleif? That problem doesn't seem quite so extreme.
You've met him already?
Yeah, a bunch of times. Sounds like you know him too.
During the age of Conria, all I knew was his name. The last time I saw him in person, he was traveling with the princess. He carries a degree of pain and hatred that far surpasses my own.
Foi mesmo por causa da minha irmã?
Yes.
Teu irmão da princesa.
Given the role I held in Conria,
Queria não causar mal a você.
Although, this is likely a self-imposed burden. If the princess saw me now, I doubt she would even recognize. As for your question,
Você conheceu ela?
I don't know how Dane managed to slow the deterioration of his body. My appearance is much changed, and that's not the only thing. Even my physical strength is a shadow of what it once was.
Ave Maria, moleque! Irmão, tu trocou soco com a porra de uma Arconte e tu fala que isso é só uma sombra do que você já foi?
I would have never known. During our battle, it felt like I was fighting against the pinnacle of human strength.
And I still
Então,
lost. I deserve no praise for that outcome. Still, it's a shame we never faced off 500 years ago. You could have seen what I was truly capable of.
Ave Maria, meu querido, eu não queria ver, não.
I agree. Had we fought then, I'd also have been more motivated to go all out.
Pra todo mundo aí que duvidou da Mavuica, que ficou pagando pau pro capitano, aí, ó, ela não foi com tudo, não. Não, olha, o capitão não tava indo com força total, só que ele não tá no auge da força dele.
I'd say we're evenly matched.
Mano, por que eu sinto que a Arroyo, ela viu toda a disputa que tava tendo entre quem era mais forte? Ela fez esse diálogo aqui só pra responder. Não, galera, eles estavam de igual pra igual mesmo.
I imagine you held back since there were spectators around that could have gotten hurt. But capitalizing on that situation would have only led to a hollow. My goal was the Gnosis, and I failed to obtain it. That means I lost.
O que vai dizer a Tsarisa?
Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, allows every harbinger the freedom to pursue the meaning of their existence. When the time comes, that freedom can take precedence. That's why our methods can be so radically different. Despite sharing the same goal, and I needed the Gnosis because I came here to save Natlan. That was my primary motive. Once Natlan is saved,
My decision regarding the Gnosis will not change. So let's focus on the Abyss for now.
Right! What happens when all 6 heroes are together?
Calma aí, chat, já volto. Voltei. Vocês foram mencionados mais cedo. Liberaremos uma grande poder que pode ser usado contra o Abyss.
It's a power that Xilonen's gained from Renova.
Renova?
Renova is a god whose existence predates any Archon. You can think of her like an emissary of the heavenly principles. She controls the power of death.
Como é que você sabe disso?
Wait, is that why you have the Ode of Resurrection?
Faz sentido! Caralho. Genial. Genial. Como é que eles trazem as pessoas de volta às vidas? Ah, eles receberam a bênção da deusa da morte.
Yes. Renova also orchestrated Natlan's rules. As for the Divine Throne, like I said before, when a human ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. The size of the flame depends. The same principle applies to the ruler of Death's power, with one notable distinction. The amount of power inherited will not change depending on your ability to tolerate it. In other words, it's a kind of power that not everyone can, but if you survive the trial, you will gain unprecedented strength and the ability to harness powers more for—
That still sounds really risky.
Ô viajante, você não vai falar nada não sobre o que ela acabou de falar? Vai que essa aí é a deusa desconhecida que te mandou pra cá.
We cannot walk this path without Mualani charged into the Night Kingdom despite the abyssal contamination. Auroron fought back from in the face of their bravery. I must respond in kind. That is my duty.
Spoken like a true...
All right, that's enough for one day. The Abyss will likely sense the change in Auroron. It's possible the frequency of the attacks will increase. There are many
When you put it that way, I'm confused. All right, let's head back.
Fique parado, suas feridas precisam de tempo para sarar. Você precisa descansar alguns dias.
The monsters keep increasing in number. It's like something...
It's definitely unusual, and we should all be careful. If there's one thing the Abyss fears, it's strength. If they think oh, someone's call...
Something wrong, Traveler?
A sensação de pavor está ficando mais forte. Temos mesmo tempo de esperar o herói final aparecer?
Nope, we can't give any of these to... Well-made weapons and shields are vital for the survival of... Listen, I'm not blaming you. I know this isn't your usual standard of work.
Calma aí, chat.
Hey, Xilonen? Is something wrong?
Birthday.
Nothing I can't handle. Just, even the most skilled craftsmen make mistakes under pressure.
You must be exhausted too.
You should, head back and get some rest.
Auroron?
What's wrong, Granny? It looks...
You know exactly what you did. You need some... Now that you have nowhere to run, that's when you apologize? You couldn't wait to run off last time.
Pretty sure I apologized those times.
What exactly were you thinking? Being a wanted criminal is one thing, but then you also tried to pull off that whole thing in the I'm not the one who needs an apology. Apologize to yourself for risking your life.
Okay. I don't have anything to say for myself.
A relação desses dois é muito maluca.
I know I messed up.
Chat?
You better be sincere.
I'm being sincere, I promise. I've seriously reflected on my actions. I know what I did was risky, and I know I made... Not because I thought I was special, but because I wanted to help. Of course, in the end, I just ended up causing more trouble, so you even had Aoife bring me that gem. A simple thank you isn't enough, but still...
You're welcome. Just make sure to thank Anyway, don't feel too grateful.
Oh,
Of course you didn't. You forget how many years... Honey, the Pyro Archon has discussed your case with the others.
I understand.
But your efforts weren't entirely meaningless in the end. In addition to giving up...
Did the Traveler in Paimon tell you to say that?
What? No!
I can't believe you're complimenting me at a time like this. You know...
You're not off the hook just yet. I told the Traveler I was going to break your...
Could you not? I still need them to walk.
Trying to negotiate, are you?
Given all the good things that I managed to accomplish, can you let me off the...
Fine. I can let this slide for now. But I'll be... Oh, Hello!
Conversando com seu netinho?
Yes.
Taking care of the Traveler isn't easy either. Paimon's life is an uphill battle.
Traveler, Paimon, I want to thank you for your help back at... I won't.
Let's get together sometime.
Sounds great!
Eu nem sabia que tinha uma parte de cima aqui.
If you're done for the day, we should get some...
You ready? Yep. Let's go meet...
Let's bora. Será que a Columbina vai ser jogável? Cara, tudo indica que sim. Eu acho que sim. Agora, como é que vai ser a habilidade dela, eu não faço ideia. Inclusive, eu sempre achei meio estranho. Mano, tipo, eu nunca acreditei muito que a Columbina fosse aparecer em Atlan. Pô, só o capitão não vai dar conta, tá ligado? Não tem por que a Columbina aparecer. Mas depois de tudo que aconteceu até agora, e de todas as teorias em volta dela, eu realmente acredito que ela possa aparecer porque ela tem alguma conexão com o Silis. Ela tem. Ou ela é um Silis, uma sobrevivente do Silis. Alguma coisa ela tem conexão. Ainda mais com essa confirmação de que os Silis são anjos e ela tem o bagulho de asa de anjo na cabeça dela.
Hopefully we made it before she falls asleep again.
Fret not. I'm still here.
I'm sorry for disturbing your rest, but there's something we didn't have the chance to ask you, but we ran into a problem. He's not from
I see. It would seem the two of you are not simply here on her orders. So, speak your mind. There are no others here. You are both my children.
He is special. He saved Kachina and devoted himself to help, but that debt has not been repaid, and with an ancient name, we can...
Even though that guarantee will come at the cost of your own life?
Yes.
Calma, quê? Parece que vocês não estão aqui simplesmente para falar as ordens dela. Desce. Ele é especial. Embora essa garantia venha com o custo de sua própria vida. Como assim?
So, it's true. Forging an ancient name can...
Forging an ancient name is an act of creation. It involves taking disparate concepts throughout, but it takes time for the new concept to be integrated into that realm. If the ancient name is like a... Once that process is complete, the seed will sprout, and having served its purpose, the outer shell... Forging an ancient name is no easy task. And creating one for an outlander makes it even...
Yes, because I believe forging this name will be... We don't know how long we'll be able to hold back the Abyss if giving up my life means that all the people of Natlan can have a future. then even when I'm staring death in the face, I don't think I'll regret this decision. I bear the name Baraka. This is a part of my duty.
Mas a gente precisa de você.
The chance may be exceedingly slim, but you still want to seize it. And you, Siglali? The anxiety you feel. It's because you saw something, yes?
So,
What is she talking?
I've had concerns for a long time. Malika's plan needs too much time. The Masters of the Nightwind have a ceremony that can be used to glimpse the future. It's just... using this power on the Pyro Arc.
And you did it anyway? What did you...
Death.
How?
A key part of Malika's plan is using the 6 heroes to release the power Shabalanke, considering its origins. The price of using...
You're saying Malika is going to die in this war against the Abyss?
Olha, eu não tô muito preocupado com isso, pelas questões que eu já falei aqui, e por outra, o viajante já foi meio que confirmado que ele tem o poder de desafiar o destino. Ah, é isso que a Mavuika quis dizer, pô. A primeira coisa que a Mavuika falou pra nós lá é: você tem o poder de desafiar o destino. Então é isso, a presença do viajante vai evitar a morte da Mavuika. Simples assim.
Yes.
I can't just ignore what I saw. That's why I need the Traveler's power. I need the power of a Descender.
Calma. Não posso apenas ignorar o que vi, é por isso que preciso do poder do viajante.
Don't forget, Siglali. Even if it may seem like someone is fated to die, the nature of death and fate are different.
Retiro uma dúvida. Tem um mecanismo em Fontaine que, quando ativado, fica verde. É o mecanismo do subindo e descendo que não acontece nada. Isso serve pra alguma coisa? O mecanismo de subir e descer, você tem que bater nele pra chegar no ponto que tá colorido. E daí você resolve o puzzle. Agora, fica verde. Um mecanismo que quando ativado fica verde. Cara, esse aí eu não tô lembrado. Depois talvez eu procure aqui, mas... eu não tô lembrado desse aí não. Mas o que fica subindo e descendo, você tem que bater nele num certo ponto pra desbloquear o puzzle. Normalmente tem um pontinho colorido ali pra você fazer ele parar. Morte é uma regra. O destino indica o que acontecerá no futuro, no momento, maneira.
The ruler of death's power will allow Malika to triumph over the abyss. The ruler of death cares little for the time and manner of death. She simply guarantees that it will occur.
Aqui ela acabou de acalmar nós, né? Acabou de dizer: quando que ela vai morrer? Isso não importa, ela pode morrer daqui 100 anos.
Fate may be able to influence the timing, but that is all.
Wait, you're saying we might be able to change when?
I cannot help you with this, I'm afraid. It's beyond.
Malika knows about it.
Yes.
Well, I can't. She's she's not the type of person to just... The Traveler shares that quality. That's why I think this gamble is worth it. Together, I know they can...
We shall have to wait and see, but I will curb my expectations. My time is running out. It is my honor to witness humanity.
We won't forget your contributions. Once...
Thank you for saying that. But how many years of life are enough? 10? The Night Kingdom will disappear. The humans will continue to fight against the Abyss, and in the end...
That's what makes us different. Even if our end comes tomorrow...
Exactly.
Times like these always fill me with... My creator was right in esteeming you... Here. This is my gift to you and an extension of my will. It can... With it, you can forge the ancient name you
Thank you. We're sorry to ask this of you when you're...
Really?
Your thanks are unnecessary. This is the least. Time for you to leave.
Você vai pegar a chasca? Cara, eu tô na dúvida se eu vou pegar a chasca. Acho que eu vou esperar eu lançar pra ver. Eu nunca uso a escada.
Xilonen, see Lolly. Is there a reason you...
We went to see the Lord of the Night, and she gave it. Like I said before, I couldn't forge your ancient name because there was no record of you in the Night Kingdom. But with this, we can
Just keep it with you during your time in Natlan. And
Really? What pirate?
Ah, que da hora. Que isso? Tudo pode ser sacrificado. A estrela que transcende o destino é a melhor companheira. Ah.
Oh, it's a and that must be...
it's not a concrete medium. It reflects the Lord of the Night's will. And
oh, in other words, don't worry about his form. When you want to check the contents, just...
Sounds convenient. It's also super light and doesn't take up... This is a really awesome gift. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, you two. It's... You know, she would have willingly reconstructed Natlan's ley lines at the cost of her own existence. She...
Exactly.
Well, if...
O abismo atacou novamente, foi horrível. Os monstros estão por todo lado, precisamos de ajuda.
We can figure that out later. Let's go.
Cara, que oração. Acho que dá tempo ainda. Se isso aqui não for muito longo, ainda dá tempo de continuar. Já devo estar no final, né? Nossa, tá tendo uma gritaria da porra aqui. O que é isso? Calma. Enviarei forças.
The remaining locations are remote with no inhabitants. Let's bring our warriors...
Understood. I'll spread the word.
We're here. What's going on? Kachina said the Abyss attacked...
Yes, it's not looking good. Our forces have always been able to handle the
What about the scale? What areas are they...
All of Natlan. Not just around the stadium, but even the remote areas of the
Could this also be some kind of omen? If things...
We won't last much longer, I know. What we're seeing now is the desperation of the Abyss. I don't have the strength to fight it right now. This is its...
You're saying we just have to hold out?
It'll be a long fight. There are caravans and adventurers trapped in the wild. All right. Xilonen, Kachina, head to the camp near the Children of Echoes. Lolly, as an important figure in the plan, Auroron will stay here.
Understood.
I prepared a hot air balloon to take you where you're needed. Messengers from the Scions of the Canopy are traveling all around as I receive intel from the various...
All right. No time to lose.
What about us? Where should we go?
I received word that Can I leave them to you? Thank you. The hot air balloon is over there.
Ah, é o novo modo de jogo. Tá, gente. Eu vou deixar isso aqui pra uma próxima live, beleza? Já tá longa demais isso aqui, eu tenho compromisso. Então, obrigado a todo mundo que compareceu aqui. Cara, isso aqui foi bom demais. Inclusive... Essa parte aqui foi muito boa. Tivemos várias respostas e ao mesmo tempo muitas perguntas novas. Mas, cara, eu tô muito ansioso pra saber como que essa história vai se desenrolar e qual que vai ser o fim desse arco de Natlan. Após isso aqui, vamos direto pra Snezhnaya. E, mano, já fizemos amizade com o 11º, a 4ª e agora o 1º mensageiro Fatui. Então, eu tava com medo de Snezhnaya a gente chegar lá e começar mó guerra contra nós. Mas depois de tudo que aconteceu aqui, eu acho que vai ser mais safe. Obrigado a todo mundo que compareceu aqui na live. E é isso, galera. Falou!